minded, and like I don't know if I could like commit to like one religion, or I don't know. I just think I'm more spiritual. But you know me, you know my personality and everything.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's why I appreciate you taking some time. So it's just kind of like a sync up, touch base where we can reflect on what things are going on, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, Islam requires discipline, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and the point is that, look, I mean, yeah. So sometimes we may be very focused on our short-term issues or problems, right? So you might say,
Hmm.
okay, I got to make a certain amount of money, I got to pay
Hmm.
this much bills or whatever I owe, and go and do these type of things. So there's
Yeah.
certain things, desires that we're driven by.
Hmm.
True. Okay. Now the question is that, hey, you know what? Am I really focusing on everything that needs to focus on? And then, so when you say, okay, I'm a spiritual, what does that mean? Like, what?
That
So tell
means
me, yeah.
like I'm very like open minded when it comes to like science and different possibilities. I don't want to tie myself to just like one story, because I don't know if that one story is real, and there's no real way to validate that story to know if it's true or not. There's
Okay.
ways to validate it to see if some things are true, sort of, but not really, but not
Okay.
with certainty. So that's why I'm always open minded.
Clear. Good. So the question is now, what we're trying to discuss is, hey, you're trying to discuss an event that you did not witness. You did not witness your own creation, correct? You did
No, I
not
didn't.
exactly. So we are trying to discuss or infer or deduce about something that we did not see. I mean, that we did not witness. Correct?
Yeah, trying to validate it in some way,
Right.
and
So
yeah.
okay, so in that sense, basically, you have different narrations, right? So
Hmm.
you may have different people, different religions having different viewpoints, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the one basic thing is like, hey, is there a creator or there's no creator?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
That's one
And
thing.
then
But I
like,
think,
yeah.
but is that point clear? Like, I mean, do you understand that there is a creator?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like
Okay,
for a while, I've been telling you I don't know for a long time. But then that's what you told spoke about, like a strong iman and having hope. But then hope is sort of like faith, and I'm just like I
okay,
don't know how much like faith I have.
okay, clear. So you don't even know if there's a creator.
No, I don't know.
Okay, what is more likely to have a creator or not to have a creator?
I
You know,
that based on the numbers, I don't know.
what do you mean based on
When
number? Like,
I
so
mean,
right now you're speaking to me, I can see you, and
yeah.
just for that piece of technology, the camera
Mhm.
that's taking capture from you to the
Mhm.
Wi-Fi or the data line that you're using.
But when you say a creator, that creator could be like it could be like an organism, any organism that's living. It could be a thing, not really a thing, but it has to be an organism, obviously.
Yeah,
But then like it's possible that we could have a creator that's not even conscious, that the creator created all these things.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's
So I
like a
would say,
bunch of
yeah,
possibilities within that.
clear. So when I'm saying a creator, I mean like yeah, so a conscious creator that chose to create us, that planned, that designed to create us.
Yeah.
So basically, if you think about Nathaniel, you have two options to live your life by. One thing you can
Yeah.
say, hey, you know what? I don't care. I think I'm just here. I'm not going to worry about where I came from and where I'm going. Okay. You can
Mhm.
shut down those two components of your mind. You can shut down. You can say, hey, you know what? Where am I
Mhm.
going? I don't care. Where am I going after death? I can't focus on it. I don't care. Where I came from, I don't care. Okay. Now, the
Mhm.
question is, would that be a wise thing to do? Would that be a wise thing to do? Or that's not? And so there's two things. One, is that a wise thing to do? Second thing, what would happen is you would realize an emptiness within yourself. I know today and this
Mm.
week or next month you might be busy, and I know you'll come back when
Yeah.
things settle down for you, and then that question will bother you unless you really become
If
numb to
if
it.
if that question does bother me, that's the big if.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, yeah, you can numb yourself. There are many people who are numbing themselves to this. Okay, you can
Mhm.
numb themselves. I don't want to think about it. So basically, you're saying, okay, there is some truth out there. I just don't want to, know that truth, and I don't want to spend time determining that truth, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, you have that choice.
Yeah.
There's no
Because
compulsion
to
in
be
religion.
that was like most of my life, to be honest.
Yeah, but is
Like
this a
most
good
of my
thing to
life was
continue?
that. As of right now, I don't think so. I feel like it's not really a priority at this moment. It's more of some people like their life depends on it. It's like they need to know, because then one leads to another and stuff like that. But for me, I don't think my life depends on. I think I got to figure out like other stuff and then focus on that. It's like a
Yeah, but
that's
then,
like
but then I would recommend, bro, that you don't call yourself a spiritual, right? because then there's
Okay.
no spirituality into it, right? That's just basically, hey, you know what? Let's be honest about it, right? Because if you're gonna give yourself this false label that I'm a
Yeah.
spiritual, but hey, I'm just focusing on what's around me. I just need to make sure my bills are taken care of. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my desires are met. That's not being spiritual, because
But
not.
also like my mental health and like having some time to like meditate and think to my like
Yeah,
stuff like that, which is just like yeah, just making sure I'm healthy, stuff like that,
exactly.
taking care of my
Right.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very important. And I get it. But I'm just saying that we need to have I know a guy just down in security at this building,
Mm-hmm.
and we are having a chat. He's very, he does a lot of meditation. He does all these,
Mm-hmm.
ancient religion,
Yeah.
Eastern religions. And by having a chat about this, I think one thing that became clear is
Mm-hmm.
what you are driven by. What you're driven by is
Yeah.
your own self. So what would make me feel good? What would give me, mental stability, and what
Mm-hmm.
would give me, just good health and, just happiness. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what you're, and I would do, whether it be meditation, whether it be certain types of food, certain type of drinks, I would just focus on that. Okay,
Okay.
but that is not being spiritual. So
Okay. So
when we talk
yeah.
about spiritual, I mean, that is not submission. That is not realizing a creator who knows way more than what you know, who has way more wisdom than what you have. And that
Mm-hmm.
is not, realizing, so there's no submission part to it. It's just submitting
Okay.
to what I can understand, what I can see, what I can feel. So if this
Mm.
thing makes me feel good, I'm going to do it. If not eating pork
Okay.
makes me feel great, I'm not going to do it.
Mm.
Right? So let's acknowledge that, because you're not
Okay.
going beyond your own mental capacity. With the religion, you're going beyond your mental capacity. Okay.
Okay.
Now, yeah, as I said, you could shut that down, and knowing you, I think in a week or
Mm.
two, hopefully you'll realize that that's not the way to go, and you'll come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta keep it the way it is, and speak the truth. Let's not say that you're living in a spiritual realm at the moment, or being spiritual.
Okay. Yeah, I acknowledge that.
Okay, so I would,
Okay.
again, going back to our earlier discussion, I would say, look, bro, there is a bigger purpose of life, and the
Mm-hmm.
truth is, that there is a God that created you. And we talked
Mm-hmm.
about, okay, I mean, my point is, okay, let's put the religion aside. So last time
Yeah.
when we were discussing, we discussed that this world is a training, testing, and learning field.
Yeah.
Okay? That is Islamic worldview. That, look,
Mm-hmm.
you're put in here. Sometimes you're tested with more wealth. Sometimes your wealth is taken away and you're challenged. Sometimes you have more health, and sometimes you have less health. So you're being trained
Yeah.
and tested. Now, my question is, okay, what is the worldview that you're living with then? I mean, if you don't have that, what is the worldview that you're living with? Have you
That
thought
I'm
about
living.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
The worldview is more focused on nothing beyond like the economy or like the earth. I'm not really thinking beyond like the planet. I'm just thinking like within, within reach.
so basically, would you say that you're driven by, okay, what can make you comfortable and worry free?
Yeah.
And at this point, it's like, hey, you know what? If I have more money, I'll be comfortable and I'll be worry free.
Yeah, because that solves a lot of problems because we need those things based on the
Sure.
economy that we live in.
Right.
So based on that, yeah, then I'll be more free and then I'll have the mental capacity to like explore other things, which is how I like
Right.
found you and stuff like that. Because when I met you, I was at that point in my life where I was very living in abundance. So I'm like, okay, let me go find, other stuff.
Clear. That
Mm-hmm.
is exactly what I wanted to get to. So that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
when you had abundance, you had time
Mm-hmm.
for God. When you have lack
Yeah.
of abundance, you don't. But I'm just saying that shows that, look, it's just
Mm-hmm.
about what makes me feel good. So right now, I don't have abundance. So I'm challenged. So I'm gonna focus on making more money. When I get it, then I say, okay, you know what? I'm not feeling great. Let me see what else is out there. So that was a trigger that exposed you to a truth. So something for you to now think about, that look, if
Mm.
that is the truth,
No,
okay,
but to be honest, in most situations, people do the opposite. It's like as they get more, they sort of push that away because then they feel like they're God. But I didn't do that. I did. As I
that's
got
very
more,
appreciated.
I still reached for the stars.
That's very good. That's a very good
Mm-hmm.
point. But now that you have gotten a truth, my point is like, okay, let's say if it was true, right? If Islam was
Mm-hmm.
true, if this world was a test, if there was a
Mm-hmm.
God, if God has given you guidance,
Yeah.
if that was true,
Mm-hmm.
would someone be successful by leaving that alone? So let's say if God gave you a, hey, you know what, you want to be happy, you want to be successful, follow this path.
Yeah.
And So that means the people who are not following the path will be unsuccessful.
Yeah, so I guess currently, like, if anything happens, then I would face the consequence, and that's a risk that I'm sort of like living
Right.
with right now.
Clear. Now, on the other hand, what does Islam requires of you? How would Islam hinder you from making money?
Just like time, focus, and then not even that. I got to think, do I really believe? Like, like even those questions.
Exactly. So there's two things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we'll come to the belief
Mm-hmm.
part, but I'm saying, let's say if Islam was the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does it hinder you from making money?
It doesn't hinder me much, but that's not the reason why I don't want to do it right now. The
Okay,
reason is
great.
more, yeah, the reason is just because I don't think I
I
believe
know,
at the moment.
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do, bro, and I appreciate you coming on the call, is
Mm-hmm.
helping you, it's helping you peel some layers and simplify some of the things. Because
Mm-hmm.
what I also heard was that, hey, I don't have time for this, and so on and so forth. So what we have reached to a point that, look, if you wanted to follow Islam, the first thing for you would be to
Mm-hmm.
establish, let's say, 5 prayers, which
Yeah.
does not take much from your time. And it does
Yeah,
not
the thing with whenever someone says they don't have time, they probably pretty much mean they don't really want to do it. So
exactly.
every time I say I don't have time, I'm just saying I don't want to do it because I can make time. I can do it. I could set a
Okay,
reminder and just stop what I'm doing. But then if I don't really care,
I got it.
if anyone doesn't really care, then it's like they're just gonna say, or in my case, I said I just don't have time. I
Exactly.
say 5 times a day is a lot, but I do a lot of things on a daily basis that are 5 times a day that I don't even know about, without even
That,
thinking, because those are
that,
probably things I like to do.
great.
So,
So thank you
so
very
yeah,
much for being honest
yeah,
about it.
yeah, of course. So it's just the fact that like I'm not really looking forward to it. And I'm not looking forward to it because I don't really believe in a sense. And until that, then I can't
Okay, good.
push further.
Fantastic. So let me ask you something. 2 questions. Is there anything about Islam that's illogical, that's irrational, illogical?
Um, I mean, there's just so much, and then I have to like dig deeper into it.
No, the stuff that you know
But
so far. The
so
basic, the
far,
foundational stuff that you know.
let me think 1 second. Not anything off the top of my head in terms of no, not really,
Okay,
not
good.
really.
Good. Do you know of a better understanding of God than Islam at this point? So if I say, Nathaniel, look,
It,
if there was a God, I think the way that God wants us to follow is
mm-hmm.
Quran, is Islam, right? Do you know
At
of
th-
something?
at this point, I would say like it's 1 for 1. It's like I would say Islam and then also like Buddhism.
Okay, good. So is Buddhism from God? Does Buddhism, within their teaching, are they saying,
But this is the
go
thing. This is the thing. Since I know like Islam more than Buddhism, I'm more biased towards like this because I don't know. I didn't study that.
exactly, right?
I studied
So
this, and then my plan was
fantastic.
to study that after.
Got
But
it. Okay,
yeah.
cool. So my question was, okay, so right now, based on your current knowledge, you don't know of a better worldview or better definition of God and the purpose of world other than Islam, currently, based on your current knowledge today.
Yeah.
Okay, so would it not be logical to follow what you know to be the best today? And as we were discussing, look, if
Uh,
God sees you that you're following the best that you know of,
but
just
when you say the best that I know of, it's only the best that I know of because I'm not seeking
yeah,
other information yet.
oh yeah,
So
go do that.
until I seek the other information, then I could come back and be like, okay, now I know that out of all the options, this is the best that I know.
Okay, good. So in that case, okay, so there's 2 options. One is you can say, okay, I don't need to pray, I don't need to meditate. I'm just gonna compare Buddhism with Islam. Okay, and then I will decide.
Okay.
That's one approach.
Yeah, pretty well. I got to look at like a few other ones. Like I don't really know the exact names of like some other ones, but just like some quick research. Not quick, but like take my time with it.
Okay,
Might be a
good.
few days, might be a few weeks, and
So okay,
then I'm actually gonna like write down everything because that's something I always wanted to do, and then just compare it, cross
okay.
reference to the different
I
stuff, and then
think, yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Many people
yeah.
did that. Okay.
Mhm.
So for example, right now what we have is today, at least on this call, you're agreeing that there's nothing illogical about Islam that you know of so far.
Mhm.
Okay. But you don't know if there may be something that's better and stronger.
That's the emptiness that I feel every time I try to
Okay.
push forward with this. Every time I try to push forward with this, I'm like, wait, what about this? And then I
Okay,
ask
good.
you questions, but then obviously like I got to like do my own research and then ask you.
Okay, fantastic.
Mhm.
So there's 2 ways. There's another way of looking at it as well. If Buddhism is true, okay,
Mhm.
and that is from God. Let's say if, I mean, I don't even think that they claim a religion around it. But anyways, let's say if it is, okay, that would imply that Islam is false.
Yeah, it would imply that.
Okay. Now, if Islam is false, one of the things that God says is that if it was from other than God, you would find false in it within itself. So even if you were to, let's say, if I'm saying that, look, this is a solid product. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm claiming this is the solid product.
Yeah.
Okay. So that claim is stronger than me saying that, because what you are saying is, let me go and check out, is Islam is stronger than Buddhism, right? That's what you're saying. Let me compare that.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is a solid product. If it's not solid, then you should be able to, you know, penetrate it. You should be able to break it, regardless of, you know, Buddhism or anything.
Yeah, but I have to compare the other thing, because the other thing might be able to like cut through the solid, or it might be stronger than the solid.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But I'm just saying that within your own system, you might be able to see contradictions as well. I'm just saying that's another approach to it, right? I mean, you can see, look, it's pretty durable. I want to have a water bottle. That's my purpose, right? And this is pretty durable. That keeps things cold and, you know, hot. I got what I need, right?
So I'm looking for the best one, because I want to see the true one, because the other ones would be pale in comparison.
Okay, fantastic. So what I would recommend, bro, to be honest and fair, is for you to have, you know, to block some time, you know, as you said, you're spiritual, right? So block some time, maybe half an hour a day, 45 minutes a day, and try out other things, you know? Because, you know, instead of being numb to it, ignoring all different paths, try it out, you know? And once you understand Buddhism, like, for example, my approach to Buddhism would be, I would be able to break apart Buddhism, because if it's not something from God, it's breakable. Okay. And my personal feeling, I mean, the personal knowledge, as far as I know today, Buddhism is not saying that, hey, you know what, if you don't follow us, this is from God, this is the way to live your life. What it's saying is, as far as I know, Buddhism, like many other practices, is like, okay, look, guys, this is a way of, you know, viewing the world that will help you be self-centered, that will help you be calm, that will help you to, you know, achieve your calmness, emotional well-being, happiness, whatever. Okay, which is fine. But it's not saying that, hey, I'm religion. It's not saying, like Quran says, this is the book of your Lord, follow it. They don't even claim that. You understand? There's a big difference. So it's like, you know, I'm saying that, look, you know, Natalia, I want to be, you know, I'm feeling a lot of lethargic, I'm feeling a lack of energy. What should I do? Well, there are many options, right? Hey, you know, why don't you do some Tai Chi and, you know, start your day with lemon tea and drink lots of water, you know, go on keto. If I follow that, I'll feel great. If I follow a different way, like, you know, follow Atkins and exercise and do this, like, you know, what do you call it, like high intensity exercise, I would still feel great. Okay. Right. If I follow something else, I would still feel great. Okay. These are different combinations of, you know, food, nutrition, meditation, and calmness. There are various different ways, and each of them will make you feel good. But if the question that we are trying to answer, that who is my Lord? Who is my Lord? Why is there pain in this world? And where am I going? I don't think that Buddhism, quote unquote, answers it. It may, I'm not sure, because I know one of the other philosophy I was looking at it, it was talking about reincarnation. But there's a lot of problems. I mean, reincarnation can be broken apart. There's a lot of problems with reincarnation. What does that mean? So if reincarnation means that the worst of the people today are, you know, worse because of their past, then where does mercy go? That means I don't need to show mercy to this homeless guy, because that's what he deserved. Right? Exactly. That means now I'm able to judge them. You know, I don't need to show mercy to animals, because that's what they deserve. Like, you know, it actually gets broken apart quite easily. So I'm just saying, any philosophy, you know, and then the concept of justice, like what concept of justice does Buddhism have, right? You know, what's going to happen to Hitler according to Buddhism? Well, you know, he's going to become this, you know, insect. Okay, that's fine. So then I can take care of insects or rats or whatever that animal Hitler is going to be. So those philosophies are not even designed or claiming to be answering those questions. So,
well, maybe I have to do my research first,
do that, please.
And then I could come back and, you know, we could talk more.
Yes, but I'm saying, let's have a parameters straight, that when we are researching, we are talking about, what is it telling me about God? What is it telling me about hereafter? What is it telling me about justice? Because if you're gonna go and approach it, oh, you might get distracted. Oh, okay, yeah, it's giving me calmness. Yeah, sure, many things will give you calmness. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
So just something for you to think about, bro. But what I'm saying is, let's keep in touch.
Yeah.
And I would highly recommend you that, okay, look, before we were talking about, blocking time for prayers, I would say, you know what, block time for research and pray to God in a way that you can pray.
Okay.
Which is like, if you want to pray sitting down, just okay, you know what, say, God, I love you. I want to find your path. And I'm opening Buddhism right now. I want to research Buddhism, trying to see, is Buddhism from God?
Got it. Okay.
So you're being sincere to it. And then when you see, oh, Buddhism does not even claim that it's from God, then okay, that's not my answer. Don't get distracted into a meditational practice, because that's a different question. What will give you mental calmness is a different question than what does my God wants me to do. Those are two different questions.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right, so let's do it. May God bless you. Let's keep in touch. I don't want to make it into a debate, and I'm happy.
Yeah, of course.
So let's recap. You're agreeing that there's nothing illogical about Islam that you know of today.
Yeah.
There's no better way, path of God other than Islam that you know of. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
But you don't know, maybe there is. Okay.
Yeah.
My personal suggestion to you would be to follow what you know to be the best and continue your research, which would mean that you pray 5 times a day, or 3 times a day, or 1 time a day, or Friday prayers, or whatever, and continue your research. Because that would make sense to me. Look, if I know this is the best path, I should follow it and keep my eyes open for other paths. Okay.
Got it.
That would be my advice. But if you choose not to do it, then basically what you're saying, okay, I'm not going to pray the way that Muslims pray because I'm not sure, and I'm going to research other areas. So if you choose to do that, I'm saying, okay, go and research it, but go with sincerity, go with the right questions, and do not get numb to it. Okay, let me just don't forget about it, and let me just focus on my dunya.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate it.
And I appreciate, man, that that you come on the call and you share with me what you're feeling, instead of just hiding or not responding at all. So let's keep in touch, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, sorry. When I don't respond, I'm just I'm busy and I don't have my phone around me, because now I have a different phone. But but I'm just keeping both of them.
Am I gonna get the number for the other phone yet, or no?
You are not yet. Not yet, because I have to connect it to WhatsApp. So I'm just gonna keep the current phone until it's gonna be disconnected in about 2 weeks, and then I'll give you the new one. But I'll keep in contact on that phone.
Is on okay. So when you change the number, please do let me know. I won't give it to the other guys that I'm not supposed to give them to. I know.
Okay, thank you.